Right now at 6, another wrong way driving crash in Connecticut, this time involving a state trooper. What we know about the driver, police arrested.
A proposed plan could change EMS services in Weathersfield for the first time in decades. We'll have details.
Protecting patients in Connecticut from fertility fraud. That's what lawmakers say they want to do. Details on the legislation up for debate today.
All local, all morning. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good Monday morning. We hope everyone had a great weekend. We're glad you're starting off your new week with us, America Arias.
And I'm Symphony Privet. Good morning, sunshine. Hope you're having a good one so far. Let's get you straight over to meteorologist Matt Scott. We're checking out some video here first.
Oh.
Hold on. Say it ain't snow. Some parts of the state seeing a couple of snowflakes flying overnight.
Oh, goodness.
Nice little light dusting out there. This is what it looks like out in Washington this morning. That's in the northwest part of the state. I don't know about you guys, but I'm about done.
Oh, for
sick
sure.
of hearing about
I'm
snow.
surprised it didn't really feel very cold outside.
Well,
Matt,
well,
the
we have,
temperatures really
okay, so
dipped?
this is the same thing they brought us all that rain Saturday night as it kind of lifts away. Cold air is coming in behind it, and we thought we might get a couple of snowflakes out of it. There would be the definition of a few. Whereas you may not be seeing the snow, you are definitely feeling the wind. Hang on to the wheel this morning. We're going to see some blustery wind gusts, upwards of 50 miles an hour today. Spring, definitely. Symphony, we hear you. It's definitely warmer over the next couple of days. Wind advisory in effect again. This is for the whole state, the whole region. As that system kind of wraps around and pulls away, it's pulling in a lot of wind out of the north and west. In terms of snow right now, nothing, but we'll put the loop in motion. Yeah, a couple of snow showers out there, especially in higher elevations. We saw it coating the lawns and the cars a little bit. The storm itself, it's long gone. Brought us all that rain Saturday night into Sunday, but as we pull that out, we get a quieter forecast slowly, but it definitely is here. Numbers in the upper 20s to the lower to mid 30s. That's not bad. Look at the winds, however. Sustained winds, 10 to 17 miles an hour. Wind gusts going into the 30s right now. So look at these numbers and then take a chunk off of them for the real feel. 33 now, partly cloudy and very windy later on this afternoon into the lower 40s. Coming up, we'll talk about from seasonal numbers to definitely not so seasonal as we get a real dose of spring in the last days of winter. We'll talk about that coming up. Let's go to the roads. Good morning on this Monday to Rachel Piscatelli.
Hey, good morning, Matt. I was driving in with some of those snow showers that were out there. It almost looked like that Star Wars video, you know, the one where you're in the spaceship. You know what I'm talking about, with the one with the lights and stuff? Yeah, that one. Yeah, Lightspeed, thank you. I'm struggling this morning. Good morning. It is 6:03, that hour change. Woof. It's getting to me. All right, 17 right now, Route 17 over in Portland. This is a road closure we brought to you earlier, yesterday. I keep saying yesterday. It was Friday, but that's still out there this morning, so just be mindful of that. Over in Bridgeport, 95, both directions look good. Your volume has not picked up this morning. Bridgeport to Fairfield is 6 minutes. Darien to Westport is 7. And on the Merritt Parkway, Trumbull to Westport is a nice 11-minute drive. Back to you.
Rachel, thanks so much. Today, Connecticut woman will testify at the state capitol in favor of regulations when it comes to fertility fraud.
Yeah, she says she is among dozens of people who found out they are all related due to one IVF doctor's alleged deceit. Fox 61's Brooke Griffin joining us at the studio with a look at why that woman is testifying. Good morning, Brooke.
And good morning to you. You know what? Right now, there are no laws in Connecticut or most states across the country against fertility fraud. Now, today, people who have been impacted will gather at the Capitol to share their stories of how they are feeling about this with lawmakers in hopes of getting the regulation bill passed. Last fall, 2 Connecticut women, Victoria Hill and Janine Pearson, came forward claiming Dr. Burton Caldwell used his own sperm to impregnate their mothers instead of the anonymous donor they were told would be donating. Since then, both women found more than 20 shared siblings across the state and say they expect to find more. Caldwell is no longer practicing and he has not returned our calls, but his lawyer says
says Caldwell will deny any and all wrongdoing. Now, these victims of fertility fraud are heading to the Capitol to advocate for the bill that would prevent a physician from using his own sperm to inseminate a patient without their consent. Right now, there are no laws against that. Hill will testify publicly on how being a victim of fertility fraud impacted her life. She told CNN last month that she found out her high school boyfriend was actually her half-brother, now saying she lives in constant fear anyone could be her sibling. Last fall, we shared the story of Janine Pearson, another victim who is suing her mom's fertility doctor. She told us she was devastated when she found out she and her mom were lied to.
You think that you can go to your medical providers and that they're looking out for you and that everything is transparent, and it makes you question.
And other victims will gather at the Legislative Office building this morning to show support for each other, and then they're going to head inside. That's where some will testify, and lawmakers will discuss the bill in broader detail. Symphony and Erica, back to you.
Brooke, thanks so much.
Already 6:05 now, a wrong-way driver crashed into a state trooper's cruiser on Route 515 in Hartford yesterday morning. We're checking out some pictures of that crash from state police here. Troopers say 69-year-old Robert John Washam was driving on the right shoulder of the road when troopers tried to stop him. Well, they believe he entered the road going the wrong way on Route 2 in East Hartford, traveling westbound in the eastbound lanes. He then entered onto Route 515, went over the Charter Oak Bridge going south in the northbound lanes into Hartford before crashing into that trooper's cruiser. Troopers say Washam failed a field sobriety test and was arrested. He faces several charges this morning and is due in court today. Right now, he's being held on a $75,000 bond. Well, this incident is just one of many that's led state officials to work on solutions to cut down on the number of wrong-way drivers. Since last year, the DOT has been setting up wrong-way detection systems across the state. Those devices have lights meant to flash bright red to alert a driver they are going the wrong way. If they continue, the system alerts police to respond and try and prevent crashes.
Public health crisis, what we're seeing on our roadways.
We are doing all we can in the legislature to be responsive, to analyze this data, and to understand what is happening out there.
The DOT estimates by the end of 2027, it'll have 236 wrong-way detection systems installed statewide.
Oswald Main Street in Cheshire is back open after a car slammed into a utility pole early yesterday morning. The crash happened near the Brentwood Drive there. We're told that there were injuries, but we don't have more details at this time. Police are investigating what led up to the incident. A proposal in Weathersfield could lead to an EMS agency closing its doors for good. For nearly 70 years, the Weathersfield EMS Association has been the primary provider of emergency medicine for neighbors in that town. The nonprofit says it's done this at no expense to the taxpayers. Last year, volunteers responded to more than 2,000 calls.
We charge nothing. Everything here we pay for. We buy the ambulances, we repair them, we insure them. We even pay rent to the town for the use of our building. There's no impact at all on the town.
Now, a proposal by the town manager would change that, making Aetna Ambulance Service the primary provider. Now, after years of Weathersfield EMS partnering with Aetna, the two groups are at odds.
Now, all of a sudden, I think because we are taking some of their calls, their emergency calls, Aetna now says that we are their competitor and not their partner.
The proposal to the Department of Public Health said that it was a decision that began the town's effort to find a new primary provider. The letter reads in part that this abrupt change created confusion and fueled concerns regarding the continuing ability of the Weathersfield EMS Association to adequately service the town. Now, when Fox 61 asked the town manager about this, he responded saying that the Weathersfield EMS Association's accusations were not accurate and believes with Aetna, the response times would improve rather than get worse. The final decision will rest with the Department of Public Health.
Police in Coventry say a dog found dead on the side of the road last weekend was shot in the chest. The pit bull was found in a plastic bin on the side of South Street back on March 2nd. Officers believe the dog may have recently given birth. They also believe the dog was there for several days before someone noticed. If you know anything about this, call Coventry Police. Testimony is expected to resume this morning in the trial of Trooper Brian North. North is charged with manslaughter and the shooting death of 19-year-old Mubarak Suleiman back in January of 2020. On Friday, the trooper took the stand. He testified that while other officers had their guns drawn, a West Haven officer broke the passenger window. North said he saw a knife in Suleiman's hand and thought the West Haven officer was lunging into the car to grab the suspect and was in danger. Fox 61 will bring you the latest on Trooper North's trial on air, online, and on Fox 61 Plus.